to you when you asked me, but I turned it on yesterday when we got back, and they started crackling. I was like, oh, man.
That sounds like a connection thing, though.
Yeah, possibly, but it's all like tucked behind the bookshelf. I got to yank everything out.
Yank!
Yank as hard as I can.
I've never even heard of these speakers. I don't know if you suggested them.
I didn't suggest you any speakers because I don't have any nice ones.
They're fucking bomb. They're a little smaller, but my God. And they're wireless, so I can turn it up with just like a little thing.
What'd you get, like Sonos or something?
Edife, EDIFEIEER.
No.
I think it
249er.
It looks like a French word. Edife. Yeah. They're really. I think I spent $100 on them, maybe $150.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It was easy. I'm happy with it. That's all I'm saying.
That's all you got to say. All right, cool. Well, I got that list, and we'll talk about Kenobi 3 and 4. I guess we might as well just do it in chunks.
Yeah, the 3 is obviously there's a lot. 4 we'll get into, but
yeah, it wasn't the best stuff.
Well, when you compare it to Boba Fett, it was great.
Maybe.
I'll argue heavily again with that. Shit wizard over here doesn't know.
Shit wizard. Shit wizard's pissed about it, dude. Okay, sharing this to the bitches, and we're ready.
Shake your wee wee.
Shake
Shit
your
or get
wee
off the
wee.
pot.
Grab your DD. All right. And here we go. Oh, so close.
Good day, Galaxy. Rogue Squadron. I get it. Breathing heavy on you, baby. Wow.
Just snoring into it. I've been very... My wife has been very mad. Apparently, I've been snoring a lot more than usual. So she was pissed about it.
Well, it's also allergens are in the air.
Yeah, the allergens really are going strong. It's no fun.
And it's been nice out up here. It's been really nice. So we've been sleeping with windows open, but that's the downfall. You're breathing in the pollen all fucking night. You wake up, you're like, where am I?
You got entire flowers just stuck in your throat.
There's just Weedles growing in the fucking corner, Bulbasaurs and shit. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Slingshot got to you. Not slingshot. String shot, my bad. String shot got to you, man. Slowed you down.
It did. It's been heavy.
Hot
and heavy.
Fucko. Daco and Fucko, welcome. What a combo we got here in the chat.
Oh, we got the O's.
Episode 304. Missed you last week, but I'm excited to get down and dirty with Obi-Wan Kenobi and talk a bit about all of it. And we probably should talk about what happened in Celebration. Maybe, maybe not.
Let's bring it up.
We'll see how long Kenobi takes, and you probably want to talk about vinyl records. And then we'll see if we get to that. No, you don't? Okay, cool.
One of the most underrated comedies and soundtracks of all time is The Pick of Destiny from Tenacious D.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying it now.
I think people agree with you. I don't know if it's underrated.
It's really? I don't hear. I mean, we come up with some pretty wacky underground stuff as far as like what we grew up with, and I don't hear a single person. I mean, UHF is like, if you know UHF, you're on our level.
That's very niche, yeah.
But
I think
Pick of Destiny
is more popular than UHF.
I would say that. I would agree, but I feel like it's like one of those Nacho Libre, like really goofy things, and people throw that in the same bucket. But like Pick of Destiny's great.
Yeah, and you would
the
always
story's goofy, but
you would also put School of Rock on like that higher pedestal too.
Yeah,
that's another Jack Black one that's really good.
I feel like Jack Black, when he gets behind a movie, like he's like, no, I'll take care of the music, I'll do all the singing, I'll act in it, I'll direct it. You're like, okay, I know it's going to be good then, because you know, he's very creative, he's very talented and very creative and very funny. So he's got the, he's like Jamie Foxx, but man. White and fat.
Jamie Foxx.
They both of them can do everything. Sing, okay? Oh, and
that is
singing.
true. I guess I don't really think of it on the same level as like who else? There's another one that is like has a band and as an actor like the triple threat, whatever you call that. There's
Yeah.
another famous actor besides Jamie Foxx. I'm blanking, but I don't intrinsically think of Jack Black on that same level. But it's
man,
true.
I would almost argue.
Prolific.
Yeah, I mean Jamie Foxx is a hell of a singer.
Oh yeah,
But it's like at the same time, dude, Jack Black can fucking
Crush.
wail.
and he's hilarious.
Yeah, and he's super funny. Well, they're both. They're.
I wonder
they're
if he
both
got
great.
started doing stand up because I know Jamie Foxx did.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Jamie
he
Foxx
did.
is his story, man. Whenever he comes on to like a talk show or something, I love his old stories. He's like, "Oh yeah, one day I was homeless, and then I woke up and I was doing coke with Mike Tyson on the back of a fucking Chevelle in L.A., and then I got plugged into Eddie Murphy." And you're like,
That's
"What the
Chevelle.
fuck happened?"
Dude,
Every
you know
day.
who's fucking hilarious is Eddie Murphy.
Man, he fell off hard. Not that he fell off; he just like kind of disappeared. Which congrats to him.
Yeah, I mean, eventually. Well, didn't you we're talking about Jim Carrey retiring, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes he just doesn't want to. He just wants to fucking chill, probably.
You want to get back to being just a human. You don't want to be Jim Carrey anymore. You just want to be Jim.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of, for no particular reason, I started watching Dumb and Dumber. For some reason, whenever I'm in a hotel, I either go to Austin Powers, or I go to like Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey comedies from the '90s. Like I feel like whenever we're away on like a weekend retreat, or I'm in a hotel, that's the only time I watch like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison.
Yeah.
But it never disappoints.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore's like one of those really early on ones that I saw and I just immediately connected with. I think a big part of it was my dad enjoyed it a lot. So like watching him enjoy an idiotic movie. Well, Dumb and Dumber's the same way.
Yeah, dude.
I watched Dumb and Dumber. My dad was laughing harder than I was, and that made me laugh harder. I'm like, dude, the guy's just dumping ass in this broken toilet. You're giggling like a school chicken,
It's really funny.
It's
really
funny.
Good.
Yeah.
I've heard this talked about on a number of podcasts, but I don't know if we mentioned it. The fact that like there are no major comedy movies anymore.
God.
I think
upsetting.
I think it was Steve, Revenge of the '90s. They just did Armageddon, and they were listing off like the top 5 movies of '98, and it was like Armageddon, Titanic, and 2 comedies. Like there's something about Mary and I can't remember the other one. Waterboy, maybe it was.
Oh.
We're in the top 5 biggest movies of the year. 2 comedies. I feel like that never happens anymore.
Wow.
It makes me sad. Maybe it's like Superbad was like the last little run of like major blockbuster comedy movies.
No, you have a good point. Like what was the last breakthrough comedy? And it's like
I don't know.
I can't answer that. I have no idea.
It doesn't.
Like you said,
nothing
it's
comes to mind.
Superbad, which was 07. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. There's probably been some stuff on streaming that's kind of been highly talked about, but yeah, like no like major blockbuster.
Although there's like the throwaway ones where like the new Jumanjis are supposed to be funny and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suicide
guess.
Squad was goofy, but it's not a.
No.
Yeah, wow. I literally just searched comedy and nothing's coming up. It's,
I know.
Wow.
I think this Nicolas Cage movie that either just came out or is about to come out is going to be like the next big comedy.
Well, you want to know why?
Because Nicolas Cage.
No, because it's the only one out.
Yeah, that might be part of it.
Well, I'll throw out 21 and 22 Jump Street, even though those are, I think, remakes, obviously.
Good call. Those are good.
They're out there, but they're not groundbreaking, like you said. That sucks. Makes me sad.
It does. On the other hand, though, stand-up I feel like is a lot more popular. So like, there's way more like comedy specials coming out than before. At least more accessible. I don't know. I've gotten into it a lot more.
Valid point.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, think about all the streaming services. Are they making comedies that are exclusive? I haven't seen a streaming service create any comedy.
Oh, I think they are. I think there's a ton. They're just
I feel like
low
series.
budget bullshit.
I feel like comedy series are still huge with Community and all this. I mean, there's so many of them out that are 30 Rock. I don't know. I could be making that up. Is 30 Rock one?
It is, but that's older.
Oh, is it already? Fuck,
That's
I don't
from
know.
like 2000. 2008 or
I
something.
mean, a lot of them went for so long. How I Met Your Mother and shit like that. You're like, dude, when does this end? Look at Always Sunny. Holy shit.
Yeah, 15 seasons. It doesn't end, dude. It doesn't end. You just watch it even more forever. Just like Elden Ring, it never ends.
Trailer Park Boys. It's high on my list.
Dude, I've actually been wanting to go back and watch that. Maybe I'll start that up.
Hilarious.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. It's bad.
So good.
All right. Star
Wait,
Wars.
it's bad. What do you mean it's bad?
It's all bad.
Everything's bad.
It's
been horrible.
so bad it's good, especially the very early seasons of
just like poorly
Trailer
made.
Park Boards. Well, it almost like got famous because of the poor quality, and then when the later seasons you get better production, it almost takes me away from it. It's like, no, I like the terrible quality of it. Like that adds to the aesthetic of it. I don't know.
Like CKY when we tried to watch
you're right.
The re-edit or remaster or whatever, and like they changed things. I was like, dude, don't change things.
Yeah.
I'm a Star Wars fan. Don't change things.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to change things on me.
CKY, that's another vinyl I got to buy. I'm trying to search them up.
Good call. I don't have any of those.
I
thought you said you weren't talking about vinyls, dude.
I'm not. Anyways.
So Kenobi, episode 3 and 4.
Yeah, we got some catching up to do here.
We do. So why don't you lead us into it? What were your initial thoughts?
3 was great. 4 was mediocre.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you next week for
Dude,
305.
You know,
my thoughts exactly.
3 was the one to just like strangle us. Like it's like, this is what you wanted, bitch. You're like, yes.
Yes, more, please.
Yes, do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean when Vader kills those 2 people in the town when he's searching like he's baiting Kenobi to come out of hiding.
I love that.
Brutal. It's one of the most brutal things I've ever could imagine in the Star Wars universe. Mm-hmm. Like Kenobi, you're gonna fucking hide, snap. What about now, bitch? You're gonna keep hiding?
Exactly, dude.
I'm like, God damn, was that kid 13? Like you just fucking murdered a child again.
I didn't notice that at first. I didn't notice that it was like a kid or a teenager or whatever.
Well, what was the first one? Was he strangling?
He had some
the
dude
dad
up in
or
the
something.
air. Yeah.
And then that person died, and then the kid went to like go make sure his dad was okay. Pop. You're like, fuck, Vader, Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that was sad.
What are you, evil or something? Jesus Christ.
Are you a bad guy? I can't tell. No, it was great, dude. Vader in all his glory, doing exactly what Vader does, and they handled Kenobi and his like reaction to it, the way he handled like seeing Anakin and then Anakin wanting to fight was perfect. He ran away. That's the first thing he did.
Now, it's not above criticism. The Vader and Obi fight scene was a little weird. It was great storytelling, but like the action of it, like Kenobi was just like running in between dirt hills, and you're like, why is Vader having so much issues with like just walk over there and kill him?
Well, I think Vader was
taunting,
playing with him. He was taunting him, fucking with him. Obviously, he doesn't want to like. He's got so much built up. He doesn't want to see him and then just instantly kill him.
Right.
He has to get some sort of revenge, whether that's like torturing him or fucking with him or whatever. So I just took it like that. But as far as like Kenobi totally blundering, he was having like a panic attack and fighting against Vader at the same time. Yeah. I thought that was perfect. I didn't know how intense they were going to play his like PTSD and him being kind of like incapable of reacting. And I'm glad that they went there. And he's like, he doesn't really have any instincts right now. He's just so overwhelmed and terrified. Like he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think they're playing this out so well. It's a smooth transition from Jedi Master to like broken person. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing that play out in front of us. We know he's broken, but I don't think he realizes how broken he is. And then he sees Quinlan Voss's name, and then he's like starting to have fucking flashbacks. Well, and he's protecting Leia, and it's just like, I can't handle this. And then he confronts Vader, and he fucking breaks down. And then you go all the way to episode 4, and you see the tomb. Mm-hmm. Thank God he was still in the middle of saving Leia, because if he really absorbed that, he would have just fucking broke down and just, been a melted bitch. But, I mean, truly, they were freezing younglings.
Yeah, dude. They had
or whatever frozen
in amber like Jurassic Park.
dude.
Ready to clone him, probably.
And I will say that's the one saving grace of episode 4. If they didn't throw that tomb in there, I would have been like, come on, guys, do something else. But it's almost like they had the idea of the tomb, and they had to put it somewhere, and they're like, well, let's put it in Inquisitorium or whatever it is, and we'll put it all the way down in the basement.
Sorry, I like that Inquisitorium. It's a ridiculous name anyways. It's Fortress Inquisitorious.
I was close.
I know. Like, just a weird Latin version of
Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's cool.
Inquisitorium.
Inquisitorium.
I'd go. Sounds like a amphitheater that BT Bam would play at.
Right.
Oh, we're going, Inquisitorium.
People have questions about the concert hall. Inquisitorium. I hope to visit it one day and ponder.
Yeah, next to the Alamo.
Yes, to the Jedi grave though, in the basement.
Brutal, man.
That was awesome. Very savage.
Again, I think that was a saving grace. Not that it was like terrible. It was just one of those things like, okay, like we're in the bad guys' palace again. Classic. Let's go to the Death Star and fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Death Star 2 and fuck around a couple times. Like, it's what happens. But, you know, we get a little touches. You know, we see him do that little sound throw with small stuff like that. He does it when the power goes out and he fucking like sneakily takes out.
That was a beautiful scene.
I was like, fuck.
I like that. It was worth it for that.
Yes.
No, I thought to your always kind of judging the fan service and is it too much and does it take me out of the story? I felt like it was overwhelming in this one.
Oh, really? Okay.
I feel like there were so many moments
in 4.
Yes, in episode 4. There's so many moments of Obi-Wan sneaking onto the Death Star. Do you remember? He did that in 77. Now he's doing it again. Same, and there's a line between this is a nice homage to like what he does in episode 4 to like reenacting like 5 or 6 of those different
right in a row,
little gestures. You know what I mean? It's like, I get it. The Death Star again. Like you went overboard.
But that's just it. It's good guys boarding a bad guy's palace ship at fill in the blank, and they're just
Space station.
Yeah. I didn't feel like he was particularly happy dancing. Like he seemed terrified. And then when he got all the way down, first of all, we saw the rebreather.
That was awesome. Yep. So there's like episode 1, but
so it was pretty cool. But this episode reminded me more of Fallen Order than anything. It was almost like a mix of Fallen Order and Death Star. And it was
because Bro sneaks into the base too in that last mission.
Right. And the fact that he swims into it. Mm-hmm. Then he's like with the glass, where he befriends the glass, and it's like that's what Vader's doing a couple of years from now against Cal Kestis.
Right.
In that same area. I think it's the same fucking hallway.
Probably.
It could be.
I mean, they all look the same.
Yeah.
The Imperial blueprints, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was, like 1 or 2 of those too many into the fan service territory to annoy me.
Yeah.
I was mostly irritated by, I said this after episode 2, I was like, I want him to rescue Leia and like get her back and then move on with his storyline. And I feel like they're now too far. Like episode 3, I thought it was going to resolve, pass her off to the Resistance or the Rebellion or whatever you call it right now. The Path, I think they're called. And then she gets back to Alderaan and then you're done. And then we can get back to Vader stuff. Yeah. The fact that she got captured again and he has to go rescue her again, I just thought was like, all right, come on, man.
Yeah, where's the line?
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't disagree with you. It never hit me that it felt like they were fan servicing all over the place. I did feel like a lot of it was a bit too obvious, but it wasn't like the Boba Fett stuff for me, or even some of the Mando stuff. It was like everywhere you fucking look. But I get it. But they were also dropping some new shit. I think that's what saves me. The fact that they said Quinlan Voss is a part of the Path. He's alive somewhere. Yeah. And you're like, what?
Yeah,
what the
exactly.
fuck?
And then it starts, it all starts piecing together. All the like pre-rebellion, small little groups of people trying to make connections and help each other out. And then as we see in Rebels, that grows into the full-on rebellion, and then that's exactly what we're going to get in Andor, which I'm mostly looking forward to, is seeing all that stuff formulate. That was nice.
Yeah, you know,
The whole like underground bunker was awesome.
Yeah, my mind keeps going back to that tomb. It was a bomb that was dropped that I wasn't ready for, because it has so many implications to, like, they're not just killing Jedi, they're saving their bodies and blood, potentially to clone, we've already seen that with Grogu later. So maybe in my thought was maybe the science isn't there yet. And they fuck around with it for 10, 20 years, and they go through all these bodies of Jedi, and it just keeps failing and failing and failing. And they finally, 30 years later, get the science right, but all the Jedi are gone.
Right.
And now they're looking for a Grogu, they're like, oh, he's got to live for how many hundreds of years? Let's just go grab a Grogu.
Just grab a couple Grogus.
Yeah, throw a Master Ball at him and pick him up.
It never fails. And we left... So Bad Batch is like taking place before Kenobi, and we left off season 1 with that little post-credit scene with the cloner. So like that's when all that shit is getting underway. So it's happening like behind the scenes this entire time, in between episode 3 and 4. So they got to start off with clones, and then go up a level, and then now obviously they're saving those Jedi and everything, like Jurassic Park, so they can get onto that. I wonder what their plan is. It's like Palpatine hasn't died yet, so they're not trying to bring him back unless he's getting everybody prepped. Like, hey, make a bunch of clones. Clone me, please.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's literally just a inventory of blood. That's all. It's just get as much as you can, and we'll figure it out later.
Inventory of Force sensitives.
Yeah. Rohan, we did play through Fallen Order. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Episode 4 really hit the Fallen Order stroke.
It was cool to see in live action, Purge Troopers and the Fortress and everything.
Yeah, the settings I feel like have been on point.
Yeah. It does not look the same as Mando and Boba Fett.
No. And that's not saying much, unfortunately. I mean, I feel like there were certain spots in Mando and certain spots in Boba Fett that was like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
But it was almost like, few and far between. But I feel like all of Kenobi's been on par. But
I agree. Well, there was a bit in episode 3 where they were just in California. What are you going to do?
Well, right. What in between the sand dunes, the piles of rock?
Yeah, I mean, that's not like
yeah.
That ecosystem exists somewhere in Star Wars. Like, I don't think it's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like they've been a little more creative of community, if that sounds weird. But like, okay, Vader's snapping necks in this little town, but next to the town's like where they work, and that's where the dirt they're digging or whatever, think of it. But that's like, clearly it's going to be right there, and that's, they're in the middle of the workday, and then they're done, and that's where we're going to chop Kenobi up, later.
Right in front of all the workers, so they can clean it up afterwards.
Yeah. What did you think about the actual confrontation between the fire, the lightsaber?
I loved it. Yeah, like I said, I love the whole thing. I love that he was scared. He kind of ignites his lightsaber like as a gut reaction, and then he runs away. Vader's chasing him around. I thought that was perfect. And then, the fire at the end, I did not expect that at all.
It was awesome visually. I mean, it was like as good as it fucking gets, because they were zooming in on Vader's face, and only in his eyes you could see the flicker of fire, and you're like, dude, this guy's raging right now.
Dude, he's pissed. Yeah, the poetry back to Revenge of the Sith, where they left each other the last time, was fucking awesome.
How
fucking now it's happening to you, bitch.
Brutal. Not only is he snapping necks, not only is he killing innocents. Like you said, he's like a cat playing with a chipmunk. He's not going to kill it.
Right.
You're going to fuck with it.
Exactly.
Until it dies, and then you're going to eat it.
Right.
Dragging...
And see how much he can take.
Dragging Kenobi through the fucking fire was one of the most brutal things I could, even imagine. I can't believe they went there. I really can't.
I can't either. I was a little... because it builds up, You see... First of all, Vader shows up in episode 3. I thought that was awesome. Helped go a long way. Then he's killing people in the streets. Then he's fighting Kenobi. He's talking shit the whole time. And then, yeah, that just stepped it up to the next level, man. That was ridiculous.
The one small thing I was hoping they would throw in there, I don't know why or how it would play out, but some type of yell to Kenobi. I don't think he did anything. Vader's always stoic. He stands there and stares behind his goggles, and you're like, clearly you're pissed, but
you can't tell.
You can and can't. Like you're like obviously you're pissed. We know you're pissed.
Yeah.
But I can't tell.
Right.
He just stares. I want to hear him like, and unfortunately, it's weird because like the James Earl Jones. I know it's not James Earl Jones, and I don't know who they have voice acting Vader.
I think it's a robot. I think they like modeled James Earl Jones's voice.
Oh, really? It
so.
sounds great. It doesn't sound like it sounds off just the slightest.
It sounds better than Rogue One.
Exactly.
Not quite as good as the original.
Right. It's which is nice. It's a nice area to live in if you don't have James available or willing.
Yeah. He's tired.
My point is, Vader's voice is so deep that yelling Kenobi, like how would that come off with such a deep voice? I don't know. But
we saw how the no sounded at the end.
Right, and that's where I want to stay away from.
Exactly.
But some type of like, fucking come out and fight me, you. Along those lines, but just formulated in the Star Wars shit. But I wanted him just to have an outburst of emotion, of anything, hatred, sadness, sorrow. Like you could literally.
He can't really do that in the suit, right?
I'll tell you what.
All right.
What he did say, which almost fulfilled that for me, was, "I am what you made me."
Yep.
And it's like, I can't fucking handle this. Like, I don't know how Kenobi feels standing there, because certain point of view, you're right. But, we all know, looking back, it's like, well, clearly it's Vader's fault.
I know, but it's just crazy to think about. He's been stewing on this the whole time.
For 10 years. Yeah.
It's been haunting him, PTSD and everything, but like he thought Anakin was dead. So I'm sure he's been thinking about it, but not to the same level. Like Anakin's been seething and like waiting for the moment where he can fucking get his revenge. And Obi-Wan has to like get the download of all of that in just a couple minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if we brought it up or if it was in episode 2 or 3, but do you remember hearing Qui-Gon's voice? Qui-Gon answers something. I don't know if it was maybe I'm making that up. I swear we heard Qui-Gon say something.
Yeah. Interesting. I feel like I would have been all over that because that's the thing I'm most excited for.
Guys in the comment section here, let me know.
Let us know. If
I could be
misremembering in the Inquisitorium.
That's what I talk.
I'm excited. I still believe that is going to happen, so I'm excited. We got 2 more episodes for it to take place. Storyline wise, like across the whole series, are you surprised that we went to the fortress already in episode 4? Like,
which fortress?
Inquisitorium. I guess from the trailer, I thought that was going to be like the finale. Because like, where do you go after that? Like,
Vader's castle.
He's not going to go to Mustafar.
Going to fucking Vader's castle.
Vader's going to come to Tatooine.
Well, fuck. I mean, Alderaan?
Maybe. See, we're getting to... This is the other thing that bothered me about the Leia getting captured again. I feel like they're putting her too close to other Force-sensitive people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't... the fact that she's in the fortress and is so close to Vader... Like she's a moon away from her dad.
No, isn't he there?
He's gets there at the end, but I don't think he's there the whole time.
Oh yeah. He's also I don't.
Someone's got to sense her.
I don't think Vader's the 1-2 sensor, which is weird because if he was looking for that, I think he'd find it right away. But he's not. He's looking for Kenobi, and Kenobi's the only thing on his fucking mind, clearly. So I think that's why she's riding under the radar. Now the issue is like the third sister literally interrogated her and didn't get anything out of her, and you're like, dude,
you can
just
tell
look at her. Just
she blocked your Force interrogation,
right. Right. And it's like
Rey and Kylo Ren, same deal.
exactly. And you're like, you should know something's up with this little girl.
And she even says, like, I used to be like you too. Like, that's just like me when I was a kid. I had to do that too. Like, you connected
doesn't,
all
like,
those
walk down,
dots,
yeah.
but not like you're not force sensitive. That's like the only plot hole I really had so far is like the fact that she is a couple 100 feet away from like all
Everybody.
these force sensitives and no one can tell.
Yeah.
Like Luke makes sense because he's on the fucking farm the whole time and like the only one there is Kenobi. But like, yeah, the fact that she's in that fortress with everyone else, like,
It is
it's a little silly.
I'll throw this out there. Even though they've been doing a great job, this storyline on the surface is fairly weak to me. Like
Episode 4, the whole thing.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
Save
yeah.
Leia.
Yeah, save Leia. That's the whole thing. And I get it. They're kind of in a box. Like, you can't do too much. All these characters have to live. I get it. And I'm not mad at that. It's just a little surface. It's not the stuff built around the shallow story is great. There's heavy things happening with this shallow storyline is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
And again, if she gets fucking captured again,
Right.
where does she end up? Will they end up getting away in that one? First of all, we saw episode 5 Speeder, Snow Speeder.
Yeah, those are cool.
We saw one pilot get killed. This is the other thing that really saved me for episode 4. Leia experiences the sacrifice and loss firsthand as a fucking child.
Oh yeah,
and that's why it speaks volumes to why she was the way she was in episode 4, which is crazy because Carrie Fisher, man, that's like untouchable ground.
Right.
How she just walks in episode 4, takes the fuck over. I mean, of course she was captured, but takes the fuck over. No furry carpet bitch and farm boy, come with me. I'm getting us out of here.
Never heard of this. Fucking
Oh yeah,
record
she
this
talks
message.
such mad shit, and she knows, and this just adds to that.
Exactly.
It's like what?
Yeah, like if this never happened, would she have figured out? Because like they also make a point to say that she's supposed to be in that royal life, the princess life, and she is over it. She doesn't give a fuck about any of that. You know what I mean? So it's just if this never happened, if like she never got captured just for the end goal of Vader meeting Kenobi, that she might have gone on a totally different path.
Right.
So yeah, it's one of those things that, like you said, you didn't think you could add that much more depth to it, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm all about young Leia. I love it. I'm glad she's there, and
Yeah.
the actress is doing fantastic, and I love seeing all this.
The character development of young Leia is great. It's just, how many times are you going to get captured and
Right.
nothing happen?
Exactly.
Got captured again. Let's go get her. Let's go. Oh shit, she got away. Let's go get her.
Did you think it was a stretch that he held in all of the water in that broken glass hallway?
I was wondering. I'm not. Yes, on the surface, yes, because he was literally like trying to lift up a pencil on the way there, and he's like, "I can't fucking do it. I need a fucking blue pill. Get my shit up, bro." And you're like,
Stakes
"Dude,
were higher though.
yeah, exactly. In real time, you do it or don't." And he did. So it's not like he's not capable, but if he would have had to do that after going through that tomb, no,
Right.
you're drowning. You're dead.
You're dead.
Everybody's dead.
I was also laughing at how quickly he got from lets go the window,
yeah.
the water breaks through, and then he runs to the end of the hallway, they close the door, and there's no water in the hallway.
No, it was a weird cut. I was waiting for that too. I was like,
was
how are they gonna
super
squeeze him through here?
When you're at the bottom of the ocean or whatever the fuck they are, it's a lake or a moon or something. If the window breaks, the water is it's in there
Yeah.
in like a second.
Everybody's
You're drowned.
dead.
You're dead.
He did kill a lot of guys there though.
He did, and like that was another Fallen Order homage, like the way he was deflecting everything. I know that's a very Obi-Wan thing, but the fact that we were in the Inquisitorium and he was playing defense and deflecting all the bolts at all the soldiers and everything, like that was total Fallen Order. I loved it. I love seeing that.
Fucko says about the Qui-Gon thing, it was actually a memory, not Qui-Gon actually speaking. And that's what I thought it was.
You just heard his voice, yeah.
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 And that's why I still stand by. I don't think we're going to see or hear from him. It's just going to be kind of that memory thing.
I think we are. I think he's going to...
He's going to tell Vader to drop. Anakin, drop. A
Queen's
speeder.
wardrobe, maybe. The princess's wardrobe, maybe. No, I think we wrap up by he gets Leia to safety, and obviously Vader doesn't die because he's in the original trilogy. So I think he has another confrontation or a fight or whatever, leaves Vader, and is asking Qui-Gon for help. Like, what should I do? Anakin's back. He turned into this fucking machine, blah, blah, blah. I think that's when we see him at the very end. Maybe they even go sneaky and do like a post-credits. Or like a final wrap-up. So he's going to get Leia to safety, but obviously lose against Anakin or whatever, and he's going to ask for advice. That's my prediction.
He's going to ask who for advice?
Qui-Gon Jinn. That's what I mean. That's when he's going to pop up.
It's not going to happen.
Don't you dash my hopes.
So there's a bit of a imbalance here, even within the dark side.
Yeah.
So we've got the third sister,
Okay.
all the brothers and shit. They're all fighting. Vader comes in. None of them actually matter when Vader's there, so it doesn't fucking matter anyways. But then, like, the Grand Inquisitor...
Yeah. I thought he would have been back the next episode.
I thought they would at least show him, like, get up. Or in a back to tank. Or something to be like, oh, shit, he's still here. But they're like, oh, nope, stab. Next episodes. Move along.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird choice.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care whether he dies here or not.
It doesn't matter to you. But a lot of people like Rebels, so it matters to them. And it matters to me.
They don't like Rebels. They like Ahsoka and Vader.
No.
Let's actually talk about this.
People like that show.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Do you actually... Have you watched the whole thing? Do you like Kanan?
I didn't say I liked it. I said people like it. I actually just put it on yesterday. I think our daughter's a little older and ready for like
Little
things
Wiser.
that have little wiser. What quote is that from?
Hot.
Anyways, I think she's ready for things that have a little more dialogue than like Sesame Street and whatever. So I put on Rebels. She was very intrigued by the first episode. So we watched it, and I was just like, yeah, man, it's just so vanilla.
It's
and the first episode's Aladdin too. Like, come on.
It is. But we're saying this as 30-somethings.
Yeah,
if I was a kid, absolutely.
That's what I mean.
Fucking laser
People like
swords and blasters and shit. Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like they're fun characters. They're all different. They're all different aliens, and you're like, oh, this is whatever.
And
Hera's cool.
And we see the beginning of the rebellion, or like, not the beginning, maybe like it's more like the middle, where all the different factions are coming together.
Yeah,
which is cool. Like I said, I don't like it. People like it.
there are really good things in there, though. I mean, the mall stuff's goofy, but it's fine. Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good.
They're both good.
Yeah.
I'm just, like I said, I'm just surprised that they took out the Grand Inquisitor himself and haven't addressed it yet. I'm just surprised.
That's what I'm more surprised about, that they didn't at least throw something in there just to...
He's
Hey,
on
by the
life
way,
support.
He's still here.
Yeah. He's hanging by a thread. Some stupid line like that.
I need to go back and like just rewatch all the Vader scenes, which sounds obvious, but like the...
Someone's probably made a compilation already.
Man, the back-to-tank flashbacks and forths with Vader in his back-to-tank and Kenobi, and you're like, you're like, what the fuck, dude? This is fucked.
Dude, the makeup on Hayden looks
It does.
incredible.
I can't even tell. I can't even tell it's Hayden.
Looks... I can't in that way, but also incredible in that it's terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
It's creepier than Rogue One. I said the first episode, he looks like Dracula. Like he is...
He looks like a rotting corpse. That's what... And guess what? That's what he is.
Surprise. He's a rotting corpse, dude. Well done.
They have
I'm
really...
usually not scared by Vader. I'm usually like, Vader's a badass, and yeah, hell yeah.
Well, that's the
But
difference.
now
Vader
I'm, like,
was a
scared
badass.
by him.
Vader was a badass. You're not scared of badasses. You're weary of them. But you're not scared of him. Like, that dude's a badass. Stay away from him.
Right.
Now he's violent. Which is awkward to say because, he's a Sith Lord. But he's with no fucks given.
Right.
Just to find, boom, there goes your neck. Where's he at, bitch? Where you at, Kenobi?
Yeah, he's unhinged.
He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He's so that's the nice thing. It makes sense in my head. He's so blinded by what Kenobi did to him
Yeah.
and losing Padme. Because let's get down to it. That's what he actually is pissed about.
Of course. And then, yeah, you forget that at some point, though, because it just
that's
takes you into this whole other level.
That's the one thing I was hoping they would drum up.
Right.
Something. And they touched upon it with,
They
Leia.
mentioned it with
Leia
Leia.
with your mother, blah, blah, blah.
We might get a scene of, like, Vader having his own flashbacks.
Just
while he's
staring
in the
at
back
a
to tank.
picture, old nudie pics from Padme.
Send nudes.
Nubians. God damn it. Padme.
Inquisitorium. Yeah, we might get something like that. But I've been happy with the use of Vader so far. What do you think about him storming in and choking Third Sister and getting pissed?
Fine with it. That's how it should happen.
And then he let her go. And she was like,
because she made sense.
I got a tracker on this. I didn't believe her at first.
I didn't either.
I didn't catch it with the little mouse droid thing.
As soon as she said that, I was like, "What?" And then my mind immediately went because she was like stroking the fucking droid in that. I'm like, the droid."
Yep.
And then they zoomed in on it at the last thing. And I was like, "Oh, fuck!"
There it is. I thought she was bluffing.
I thought she was too.
And then I figured like Vader can probably sense that shit out, but no, it was legit. She made her way out of it. And speaking of bluffing, that Imperial officer just talking mad shit right to her face, dude.
But that's kind of how all the Imperials are. If you're of status, you're walking around.
Get your supervisor,
bitch.
That's all you got to say. You can get it anywhere, up to Vader. You want to bring your supervisor in here, Vader?
Yeah, manager, you fucking come on. You just got to be a Karen and walk in and you'll get everything.
Exactly, yes. Act like Karen, you can get all the way to the top of the ranks of the Empire.
Man, it was, I know we're missing stuff, but what do you think about like them it's the path, creating what's known as the path to the rebellion? I'm assuming is what?
Path to freedom, path to safety.
Path
because they're kind of like, it's almost like a Underground Railroad type situation.
Yeah.
Getting the Jedi to safety. Yeah, I think it's badass. Like I said, the whole different groups of people that are rebelling, all kind of splintered, just doing their own thing. And then we see over the course of all these shows that they come together and form the actual Rebel Alliance. And I'm sure Leia's going to have a hell of a lot more to do with actually forming people up, which I love that. No, I dig it. I thought the setting of like the base and everything that we saw at the beginning of episode 4 was a little weird. And the fact that they did like the whole battle plan layout. Here's the map of the fortress and everything. And he was like, oh, we've been tracking Vader. He's actually not on the planet right now. So it's safe to invade. I thought that was a little forced, but it is what it is.
I mean, if you're going to track someone, that's probably the number one person to track.
Well, but what you said earlier in the episode, like that he's not famous, quote unquote, quite yet. Maybe we're wrong about that, but I kind of like that idea. Like he's still new enough that he's not like the face of the Empire quite yet. Like you got Tarkin, who's the face of the Empire. Vader is this like almost like Batman early on. Like people are telling stories about this fucking demon that's been hunting Jedi down. No one really knows who he is or what he is.
Yeah, they kind of swung and missed on that.
But then they're just like, oh, we got a tracking device on Vader. He's actually not on the planet right now.
Yeah, we tapped into his chest. He's currently breathing out.
We've been monitoring his text messages. He's not there right now. He's pissed, but he's not there.
He's currently on the toilet.
I just thought that was silly, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. No, they're doing a great job. They've really. I know before Kenobi came out, any of the episodes, we were saying this is a make or break thing, and they've been killing it. I know we have our criticisms about a little bit here, a little bit there, but no, it's really just none of our criticisms matter. I mean, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, smoking her out with just a really big coat was a little silly. So I want that criticism to matter, Mopar. How about that? Is that okay?
I
thought that was like Monty Python antics.
It
Walking past 4 sensitive people, just with
yeah,
like, dude,
dude, it was a Disney movie. And, wait a second.
whoa, dude.
Full circle, bro. No, but it was. It was like it literally reminded me of Little Rascals. Do you ever see the '90s Little Rascals where they stood on top of each other's shoulders and went into the bank and tried to get a loan?
Yes, exactly.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I was like, Kenobi's trying to get a loan.
Yeah, it's like fucking Three Stooges stuff.
It is. Yeah, it was bad. No, and honestly, they got pinned at the end of there, and I was like, man, this is great tension, and then the speeders come flying in, and I'm like,
Happy dance.
yeah, it's gotta happen. I know, but fuck.
I know. It was cool that it was those two that they saw earlier, and that it was speeders and not X-wing.
True, and it's nice that one of them did die. So I mean, it's happy dancing with a death.
Glad that person died.
I mean, honestly, the other thing was
Story perspective. Yeah.
Ice Cube's son. I feel bad because I think they had some potential with him, and it was kind of that like half toss away episode.
Yeah, he could
I
come
don't
back.
know.
You never know. He can make another appearance. But yeah, that's where I was a little bit like, okay.
Maybe he's a brother of someone. Maybe he's Paul Guerrero or something. I don't know.
Paul Guerrero. Tall Guerrero. Didn't you say that Ice Cube is cast too, right?
Let's look into it. Let's see if he's
Well,
still
you
listed.
brought it up.
I thought of them
Like
on
last episode
IMDb
or something. So yeah, if that's the case, he might come back. Who knows? Oh, didn't he say? I feel like we have kind of a like a wizard and mudblood situation going on too.
A wizard and mudblood.
Yeah, because didn't he say like he knew what his wife was, like he knew that she was Force sensitive, like he knew that she was a Jedi or something like that, and then the Empire came for her because he was talking about his wife that got taken.
Oh yeah.
But he mentions like I knew what she was from the moment we met or whatever.
Something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I feel like the Jedi would be maybe not as forthcoming with telling everyone that they're Jedi. Or did he sense it, or did he sneak in on her and she was moving pears around with her mind or something? Like, how did that go down?
Master Kenobi would kill me if he saw moving these.
It'd be very grumpy.
Sorry, Master.
Anyways, I just thought that was interesting.
Kenobi.
Well, is Ice Cube in the show or what?
I don't see him listed anymore.
Maybe they listed the wrong.
Yeah,
Listed his son by mistake.
Tagged the wrong dude. It's all right. They do have James Earl Jones listed as Darth Vader, by the way.
Yeah, but then there's something in the credits I saw.
They must, like you said, they're a robot, James Earl Jones.
Because I think they did the same for Luke in. Oh, it's Lord Kerner. Nice profile pic too, Lord Kerner.
Jesus.
He's got Vader in his profile pic. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, I drove by this place called Kernersville in Virginia. You should move there. Lord Kernersville.
Kernersville. Actually, what's funny is I used to do a lot of work in West Virginia, and there was a quarter-mile cafe.
There's a weapon in Elden Ring called the Commander's Standard. As soon as I got it, I sent him a picture of it.
Awesome.
Your language is slipping into all facets of pop culture, Kerner. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Globalist.
Globalists, so take it over.
Man, so we've got to end back up with Owen Lars, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like resolutions that need to happen. They need to face off again. Leia has to get dropped back off to Alderaan, and he has to get back to Tatooine to check in on Luke and Owen. So I honestly don't. I know those things have to happen, but I don't know. I have no expectations for 5 and 6. Like I don't know how they're gonna wrap up the story. Like I don't have an idea.
Yeah. You know, the other random thing was It was nice to see, obviously, Alderaan, but to see Leia's stepmom, mother, whatever, however you want to. Yeah, I know we I don't know if we talked about that, but yeah, it's just nice touches that we get to see people that we've always known were there, but just have never seen on screen.
Yeah.
Speaking of people we've never seen on screen, we're jumping ship here.
Okay, let's do it.
I've heard. This just in. I've heard that Acolyte will feature none other, not in, but they will be a part of Revan, Malik, and Darth Bane are going to be not in the show, but referred to and or called upon and or something to make them canon again.
Fuck yeah.
Now, this is what I'll say. Completely unnecessary for me. It is. At this point...
In what way? Like, you consider them canon anyway, so fuck it?
No, it's like the stories still exist. What do I fucking care if you have a label saying canon or legends? Like, I don't give a shit. I can go back and plug in KOTOR and play it all day. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what I'll say. If they're doing that just to make them canon, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If they're doing it to expound upon their characters and their history, and yes, that's the reason you do it. Yes. Don't just do it to be, okay, we made the
fans want them to be canon, so we'll make a story around them.
If that's why they're doing it, absolutely not.
Yeah,
I don't
want
need
to do that. Just take the goddamn label off the book.
Right.
People wouldn't give much of a
Actually,
shit,
I almost like the label Legends for that shit. It's cool.
Yeah, dude. It's like a first edition Charizard.
Like, it's literally like us talking about the Romans. And yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know, thousands of years ago, there was some fucking Ulysses?
No, I feel like you could go to Rome and like see the things that were happening. This is like us talking about.
No, it's the same.
Okay.
It's about us talking about Hercules taking on the fucking Titans.
More mythology stuff, yeah.
Yes. So it's like, yeah, that's Legends. Like, that's fine.
Right.
Did it happen? Fucking maybe.
Probably. Yeah. I saw it happen. But yeah, so Acolyte is going to be, well, Kerner just popped in. Good timing. It's going to be the first thing that we have on screen about High Republic because it's taking place in the High Republic era.
500 BBY, which would be Yoda still 300 years old?
Yeah, and this is one thing that I think we
Is he 800 or 900 when he dies?
He's 900.
So, yeah, he'll be 400 years old. Yeah, he's got some time left up in this
He's working his ranks up the Jedi Council. Yeah, he's probably like in Mace Windu's spot or something.
He really is the person to blame. But the whole downfall of the Jedi. Because I know...
Yeah.
He was there the whole fucking time. We forget. Like, Mace was there for, what, 30, 40 years? Yoda's been there for centuries. And it's just
like you can't quite blame the institution. Like, they're passing on
is
bad
the
traditions and everyone's keeping them going without really knowing what they're doing. But he's been there the whole, pretty much the entire High Republic era he's been there.
Even longer.
Yeah.
What's the closest thing?
I was going to say what we were predicting when we first heard about the High Republic is maybe they're shifting around those dates for Old Republic. Like 4,000 years ago is a little too extreme, but if they do like 1,000 and like Revan is still in recent enough memory when Acolyte takes place, like, yeah, it makes it easier to throw him back in there.
Well, the way people talk about the Clone Wars 10 years later. The Clone Wars?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, Jesus. That
Jedi,
didn't exist.
Those are legends.
Yeah. It's like, dude, that was Tuesday. What are you fucking talking about?
I still haven't done my tax return from the Clone Wars era. Come on.
They lost it. W-2s, bro.
Yeah, dude. They don't accept the 1040 anymore.
But I'm excited, to say the least. If they're going to put any type of all of it, I'm down. I'm down for it. Bring Legends to the forefront. I don't care if you're calling it Legends or canon. Just bring it to the forefront. Let's see the shit on screen. Perfect.
Yes, 100%. Well, and that news came out at Star Wars Celebration. So we should probably talk about that a little bit. We skipped it last time just because we were so balls deep in Kenobi, but a lot of stuff happened. Now, we haven't really seen a crazy amount of footage because some things were not streamed or not made available to the public. It was just like, if you're there, you see it, and if not, you kind of have to like, I mean, unless you found some illegal camera footage from inside one of the theaters. But a lot of stuff we just have to like read descriptions for right now.
Yeah.
But Acolyte was something. I guess the biggest thing for me that we were waiting for was the Andor trailer. Maybe that is like the one thing that we mentioned.
I do have to rewatch that. Like I watched it kind of in passing, and I was like, "Oh man, this looks great." And I haven't like sat and absorbed it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it looks production value wise like on the same level as Kenobi, which is awesome. And we're continuing with this thread of the rebellion just being formed. I think a bunch of these shows are going to just sprinkle their way around Rebels.
You don't say.
Kenobi, Andor, Bad Batch, and
Ahsoka.
Fallen Order as well, and Ahsoka.
It's all rebellion. All.
Which is good. And then we got the other era, which is post-6. Mando and all those fucking shows.
That's true.
Ahsoka, Boba Fett.
Man, we lose some
two little good timelines.
Some old people in episode 6.
What do you mean?
I mean, Yoda was 900, and I think Jabba was 700.
Yeah.
Some old fucks that die.
Well, they were fucking around for too long. They should have retired by then. That's what happens when you don't retire. You die on the job.
You see yourself become the villain. You live long enough to see
someone else retire for you.
Become the Joker.
What?
Did you see?
What?
Unconfirmed, confirmed?
Unconfirmed, confirmed?
The director of the Joker said, yes, we will be doing Joker 2.
Oh, shit. No, where did this come from?
I saw it on kind of just a toss-away Instagram post. What? And he posted a picture of the Joker, of
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin as a Joker, and said, we are working on 2. So just think, because the first one was like the making
was there an
of
event that we missed.
Just search. I'm gonna search Joker 2.
Yeah, I want to see, because if this was a big
Joker 2
was like a
teases setup. Yeah. Yep. It's around.
Okay. Here's a bunch of other shit. 8 minutes ago, Lady Gaga in talks to join Joaquin Phoenix as Harley Quinn in Joker sequel.
Todd Phillips reveals working title Joaquin Phoenix reading scripts in new pics. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said about Lady Gaga?
Yes.
You didn't have any reaction whatsoever. Hey, man, she's a good actress. Could be fun.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
Who's she going to play?
Fuck off.
Who'd you say? Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn. Yeah. Who else, bruh?
I'm down for that.
Who else, bruh? Yeah,
Dude,
so
I'm fucking down for that. I feel bad because Margot Robbie has done such a great... She's almost too on point. Like, I feel like Lady Gaga can bring something more to Harley Quinn. I feel
something
like
different the way...
Yes. Margot Robbie is just like, she she looks and acts like what we want Harley to be. Mm-hmm. Joaquin Phoenix doesn't look like the Joker.
Yeah.
And doesn't even really act like the Joker, but he created his own. And that's what I think Lady Gaga can do the same.
Yeah, that's a good call.
For Harley Quinn.
That's a good call. I look forward to that.
Harley Quinzel.
Do you find it weird and hard to follow that you have these little bubbles going on in DC?
No.
Like, because Harley Quinn was just in a movie. Like, we still have her.
That's the nice thing. I'm glad that DC went this way, because trying to string it all and make it all work, no. Justice League that shit up. The big ones. That's fine. Do all this. Let's do 12 Jokers at the same fucking... I don't give a shit. Just as long as it's fun, I don't care.
So do you think Batman's going to roll into the Joker storyline, though?
No. You know where I think this is going to be? It's going to lead straight into the end of Joker. He's in that insane asylum. Was he there the whole time? Was he just saying the story? Or was that actually happening? Is this present time? Is this past time? Like, there's so much up in the fucking air at the end of that movie. What I think is he was in the asylum the whole time. And Harley Quinzel, Dr. Harley Quinzel, is going to be sitting across the table from him, listening.
Totally.
And that's where it's going to kick off. And it's not even, at the same time, it's like, well, I guess that whole movie before could have still happened. And they picked him up after all that?
Yeah. He could also be doing some Moon Knight fuckery, and he has like multiple personalities, and like each one is a different version of the Joker.
Well, didn't we talk about that? That he's like a sociopath where every day he wakes up and decides who he's going to be. Mm-hmm. So he could be crazy, he could be anarchy, he could be the gangster. Like, they all make sense. He could be the fucking clown. No one gives a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see a whole, maybe it's a trilogy of Joker movies with no Batman at all. Just to see what they could do. Because like the way that they've set up Joker, the way Todd Phillips did it, there doesn't have to be like a enemy villain face off at the end of the movie. That it doesn't have to build towards some city ending destruction event or something like that.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily have to rope Batman in at all, man. I think that'd be very interesting. Obviously we also know Batman at this point is like 10 years old, so.
Yeah. Well, and that's the nice thing about Joker. He can be a supervillain, or he can just be a product of a fucking crazy city.
Right, exactly.
And that's the crazy thing is you can relate to this psychopath, which is the bone chilling thing. And you feel bad for Joker, and he literally kills people while we're watching, and he laughs about it, and you're like, oh, poor Joker.
The guy got a bad rap, man.
Yeah.
Joker did nothing wrong.
He's just not understood, that's all.
Like us. We are the Jokers.
Commander, that's a haiku.
Excellent.
Speaking of, I threw on Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, that's the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Terrible, by the way, but it's still like great in its terribleness.
Yes.
It's one of those that like it was
like
cool.
Different than Dumb and Dumber, which is actually like a fucking great movie.
Right. Dumb and Dumber, or there's those duo movies that have always been around, but my God, Bill and Ted was early.
Yeah. Well, there's been duo movies before then, right?
Never.
Didn't fucking Richard Pryor and
Starsky and Hutch
and Willy Wonka do like 100 movies together?
Yeah, they
not
did.
100, but a bunch.
Oh yeah. You could make up a title right now, and they probably were in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Catskin and the Record Deal, and you're like, oh yeah, they starred in that one.
I would like to move to vote, change our podcast name to Catskin and the Record Deal. I like it, dude. We'll sell 1 million copies.
We got it all. Yeah.
Yes, they did though. But there's been duo movies for a long time though.
Yeah, there has been.
Catskin.
What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian? That sounds like a short story about Johnny Cash getting a record deal or something. Like it sounds like something that would happen in Memphis, like back in the 50s or something.
Yeah. Like you're driving your car to your job that you hate, and a cat crosses the street, and you swerve to miss it, you hit it, but then you run into this building. It ends up being a record studio that you just start singing at, and you become famous. Walk hard.
Oh man,
Brian asked, "Do you guys think the Robert Pattinson Batman will tie into this Joker?" I assume not.
I don't think so because of the post credits or whatever,
and just the style. One is even though they stripped it way down, it's still Robert Pattinson is still a superhero movie. Yeah. I love that it's not world ending finally, but it was almost city ending.
They have room to play though with the fact that, I mean, they could always write it where different people pick up the mantle of Joker or something like that. You never know. They could find a way to tie it together, but I don't think so. I only say that because they're far enough apart. Almost like it's like the next generation.
There's a little bit of Joker in all of us.
Yeah, that's true. I just meant that we see Bruce as like a kid still in Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
True.
So they could do some fuckery, but we'll see. That Flash movie got pushed back, right? Like that'll kind of tell us how they're gonna do their own version of the multiverse.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. There's a lot that's like kind of on the cusp or just launched. Random shit. Like the Lightyear movie, I think just launched. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I don't know if I care about that, but it's cool I think it's cool that they did it.
Oh, I think it's a great idea, honestly. To not just keep rehashing the same shit, to be like, no. Like, Buzz Lightyear, as we know it from Toy Story, was the toy. This is actually the Buzz Lightyear show that he was based on.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they're playing it off. So this is like the actual Buzz Lightyear that
I guess I never thought about it that way. Yeah.
Tony or whatever was on the bottom of the shoe of Woody. What was the kid's name? Timmy?
Andy. Yeah.
Andy would have watched this cartoon, which we're
right, and got hyped to get the fucking toy for his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I never saw Toy Story. Which one's which? 4 and 5. I think there's 5, right?
Toy Stories? There's 4 of them.
There's 4. Okay, I never saw Toy Story 4 then.
It's a weird one.
Yeah,
they're all great in their own way.
Yeah,
I seriously don't think they fell off at all. Like they all have their unique message and story, and they don't really overlap at all. Mm-hmm. Like finding your own place. What? I don't know.
Why the fuck am I a cowboy?
Why am I a cowboy? What does family mean? Like there's a lot of like.
Yeah. Why is there a snake in my boot? Get the fuck out. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna see it, but there's a lot of content coming out. Miss Marvel on the Marvel train.
Miss
That's
Marvel,
what started last week. Which
Black Adam.
I can't say looks
Sonic 2
amazing, but I will watch it. I'm actually gonna start it tonight.
Sonic 2.
No, Miss Marvel. I never saw Sonic 1. You remember?
Oh yeah, you still haven't seen Detective Pikachu.
I deleted my list and I added Miss Marvel to the top of the list. No.
Shazam.
Nope.
I might watch Shazam soon because it was. I might watch that one too. It was good, man. It was just kind of like you watch it and you're done with it. I'll watch it again in a couple years. Yeah. Detective Pikachu was the same way. To be fair, it's one of those you watch and you're like, yeah, I've had enough of that for a little while, but it was fun.
I should watch that with the kiddo because she's obsessed with Pokemon.
They do throw a lot of Pokemon just at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she's quite ready to like sit for a movie though. It's going to be a minute. She doesn't have that long of an attention span quite yet.
No.
And neither do I. That's why I haven't watched it yet.
Neither do I.
So, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still on the list.
You got a friend in me.
It's good shit, man.
Oh, shit. So much shit going on. Full of shit. Shit wizards and shit knuckles.
Well, Kenobi's made me happy. Like I said, I was very worried going into it. I
do have a question. Is Deborah Chow doing the whole series?
Yep.
Because she's fucking killing it.
She is. It was supposed to be, I think it was originally going to be a movie. When they very, very, very first announced it, they were. I'm going to
say this.
One feature. Yeah.
The way it's playing out, surprisingly, I'm glad it's a series.
Oh, okay.
Because if it was a 2.5-hour movie of them capturing and re-fucking capturing and losing and recapturing Leia, I would have fucking flipped. It's not movie worthy.
Yeah.
I think it actually plays better as a series.
Yes. I think so too. Well, obviously we'll have to wait and see how it wraps up, but I tend to think a lot of the series, like the limited series that are very short, most of the time I think they should just be a long movie.
Yeah.
I said that about Hawkeye. I haven't rewatched Moon Knight, but I have a feeling that I will think the same about Moon Knight. Like it should have just been like a 2.5 hour movie. But yeah, we'll see how Kenobi plays out. But like I said, I'm just happy. I'm just very happy. After episode 3 in particular, I was very elated.
Dude.
Like it left me on such a high, and I'm still up there. I didn't love last week's episode, but I'm still up there, and I'm just so glad that I was on the edge of my seat from the first episode. It's the opposite feels of Boba Fett. So,
yeah, it's nice to have the oddball episode a bad one and not a good one.
Yeah. The diversion. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, and obviously, I'll swing it all the way back around. The Jedi in the tomb, like I had to look up who was the Jedi, and it was like I was waiting for the one to be like, oh, I know who that is, but it just never happened, and I just kept looking. I'm like, I should know these faces, right? Like these are Jedi, right?
Clone Wars. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I had to look it up, and yeah.
And who was it? If you looked it up.
The one was Tara Sinoob.
Mm-hmm.
That was the non-human. Yeah, I guess she was in the Clone Wars animated series.
Yeah, I recognized it. I just didn't know the name until I watched a explanation video.
Explanation. She sat on the High Council before the invasion of Naboo. Interesting. Oh wow. Tara Sinoob's a male. I thought it was a female.
Nice. What? So what? They left the council or got kicked off after episode 1?
I don't know. In later years, he studied the criminal underbelly of Coruscant and became the Star Wars equivalent to Columbo. Okay.
Alrighty. And now he's about to be juiced for clonage.
He's juiced. You're gonna get chopped, bro.
All right, dude. Prediction,
right.
episode 5. What do you think?
Death.
For who?
Leia.
Because everyone we're watching can't die except for
Leia's
the
a clone.
Inquisitors, I guess.
The actual Leia, the Princess Leia we know in episode 4 is a clone.
The clone of Padme.
This child's gonna get chopped.
All right. I have no predictions. I think Qui-Gon's going to show up at some point, but I don't have any predictions for
See, that's
the story.
That's a crazy thing though. Cause like Boba Fett, they just spoon-fed us so fucking much. Every step of the fucking way, let's have a conversation about what we're gonna do next.
I think it's time we made a call to our old friend Mando.
Yeah. In the middle of this firefight, let's have a phone conversation about what we're going to do in this firefight. And you're like, dude, what is happening? No,
Boba Fett is happening.
What I'm saying is, Obi-Wan's the complete opposite. I have no idea. I don't.
Right.
I couldn't even. I couldn't even guess where they're going to go, let alone what's going to happen.
Right. Considering we know everyone survives, I have no idea what's going to happen. That's a good feeling.
Where are we? We're on the ship. Flying back to the rebel base.
I assume
with the tracker thing in the droid. That's all I know.
Yep. Vader invasion.
Invasion.
Dude,
Okay.
he's gonna. We're gonna get comic Vader. He's gonna run. They're gonna track him. He's gonna invade the rebel base and single-handedly start fucking destroying everything.
He's gonna
crushing ships. Like Obi-Wan's gonna escape and he's gonna get mad and start crushing ships with his hand.
Kenobi is going to be in a lightsaber battle, losing to Vader, and he's going to whip out his old PSP and show him a picture of Padme, and Vader's going to drop to his knees and start crying, and Obi-Kenobi's going to cut loose and run.
That's a good prediction. Not the PSP, but he might mention Padme or something.
Is this what Padme would want?
Yeah.
Oh, no. And they just throw the no back in there. No.
Does Vader know before?
Guess where your son's at? On Tatooine. No.
The sand. No.
Go ahead.
That's all I had to say was sand. Does Anakin know that he has a kid before the very beginning of Empire?
I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Because I just wonder if Obi-Wan is going to try to... there's no reasoning with Vader, but I wonder if Obi-Wan's going to try to say something. Padme this, or... I was there when your kids were born. You have.
Oh,
well,
that's
no,
the last thing to do.
Because he doesn't know that. Yeah. Turn back to the light. You have a child.
Turn back time.
Because Obi-Wan just thinks that he's hiding Luke from the Emperor.
No, from Vader.
Well, he doesn't know Vader's alive until just now.
Valid point.
The past 10 years.
Well,
he's
he does
been,
now. Yeah.
Hiding him from the Empire / Palpatine.
Just hiding
since
him.
the very beginning. It's always been him pulling the strings.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to lead. I mean, I hope they drop fucking Leia off ASAP.
I know. She's been great, but she needs to get out of the way now.
I tell you what, this is what's going to happen. Kenobi's going to realize the droid is a tracker, is being tracked. He's going to take the tracker out, send Leia on her way, and he's going to take that tracker somewhere else.
Good call.
Plant it on someone else, throw it in the fucking sand, fill in the blank. But he's going to lead him on a wild goose chase.
Or back to Tatooine.
Possibly confront him somewhere, and then cut loose back to Tatooine.
That's a good prediction. I'll roll with that.
I reckon. Okay.
What's happening?
Good day, Galaxy. Appreciate.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank y'all. This is the worst show I've ever heard. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, y'all. I was going to say something else, but I forgot.
It's not worth it. Don't do it.
I was going to say we got this to look forward to, blah, 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 but whatever. We talked about it. It's fine. No one cares. They don't want to hear from me. It's fine.
What wrestler would you put in Star Wars?
Well, I'm back. Sorry. Oh, I tried to take a screenshot of your frozen face. What wrestler would I put where?
I already stopped recording. I thought you cut off.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a legit question. This is still recording if you want to talk about it.
No. I was going to ask if you had to put like a WWE, whatever the new ones are, wrestler in the Star Wars universe, who would you choose?
Whatever the new ones are. You got it right. Like put them in the Star Wars universe. You talking about an actor or are you talking about like
as an actor.
As an actor, got it.
Or actress, I guess. I'd put Undertaker in as a Wookiee or some shit.
Stone Cold as an Imperial officer.
Dude, I like it. Actually, you know who's a good one is Goldberg does some acting already. Because he's been in that Longest Yard. He's been in... Actually, Stone Cold's in that too.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it in a minute.
Stone Cold
Adam Sandler, Longest Yard?
Yep, Stone Cold plays one of the security guys. Pilot.
Correctional officer.
Correctional officer, thank you. Pilot. The pilot!
Security, police, pilot, correctional officer. Yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't seen that in forever, dude. Stone Cold will be good.
Joey Diaz is in that movie.
I do remember that, yeah.
There's a lot of guys in that movie.
And he's also on the train in Spider-Man 2. Okay.
You know how long it's been since I've seen Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2, that's like a lot of people's favorite Marvel movie.
The Tooby Magooby one?
The Tooby Magooby with Doc Ock. People love Doc Ock. That's why No Way Home is so fun.
It's true. No Way Home was confusing and fun all at the same time.
It was wonderful.
It was a lot.
It was a nerdgasm for sure.
I can't believe they killed off Aunt May. I still was like, what?
I can. Peter Parker in 3 movies has had like more character development than almost any other superhero we've seen besides like Tony
Except Batman.
and Thor.
Did Batman's parents die?
No, I'm talking about the same actor, the same version over the course of a couple movies.
Oh, yeah. Everybody dies.
Batman's parents are bitches anyways.
They die. Cool, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Goodbye.
Fun little after show for y'all.